Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. This is going to be a nice warm up flow, and we're going to actually start this one standing at the back of our mat. So go ahead and meet me at the back of your mat in a standing position. Once you get there, you can go ahead and roll those shoulder blades down the back body, palms facing forwards. Nice little tuck of that chin, crown actively reaching up towards the ceiling. Beginning to bring the focus to the breath. Nice inhales and steady exhales. Beautiful. And shake those hands out. We're going to bring them to our sides. We're going to begin to take the body towards the right, going as far as we can. And then we'll come back around, taking the body, swiveling towards the left and the right and the left. And now we're going to kind of make this action quicker, going left to right. Maybe bring in that slight bend of the knees here, creating a little bit of buoyancy, and maybe allowing the hands to begin to touch the sides and splay out. Finding a nice little dance here. Knocking on heaven's door. It's a beautiful way to get that energy worked up in the body. If you want, you could close your eyes down here. We're just going to do this for 3 or 4 more rounds of breath. And we're slowly going to come back to our standing position, hands by the side. I just want you to feel the energy tingling here, acknowledging it. And let's bring the palms together and let's create a little more warmth here. Starting to feel that friction in between your hands. And we're going to bring these hands over our eyes. Recognizing that energy rushing through our bodies here. One more round of breath. Release the hands. Let's go ahead and bring that friction back in again by rubbing them together. And once you feel that, we're going to bring the left hand to the chest, right hand to the belly. Feeling the buzz. One more round of breath. Beautiful. Release the hands. We're going to take this right foot behind us. We're coming onto those toes and we're going to push. This is going to give us a nice stretch through the front of the leg or shins here. Beautiful. Slowly release. Go ahead and take the foot forward. Now we're going to bring those toes towards the face. So a little dorsiflex, maybe spreading those toes here. Beautiful. Slowly we bring it back beside the left. And now we're going to take the left behind us, stepping on those toes, stretching through that front line. This should feel fabulous on the shins. Maybe even all the way up into the hip flexor. One more round of breath. And we'll take that foot forward, heels on the mat, bringing those left toes towards the face. Nice little dorsiflex. And maybe spreading those toes wide if that feels good. Beautiful. Back to center. Go ahead and take those arms up and overhead. And we're going to exhale, bring them down into our cactus arms here. Pulling those shoulders back, elbows back, arms are reaching backwards. Beautiful shoulder stretch. And the exhale brings them down. Beautiful. Take them back up again. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Maybe taking it into that slight back bend this time. And exhale, arms come down to the sides. We're going to take this right arm all the way across the body, catching it with that right hand, really pulling this. We're catching it with the left hand, really pulling this right arm towards the left here. Now we inhale and exhale. One more round of breath. Slowly release. Left arm comes across the body, right arm, it catches it and pulls it towards the right here. Coming back to that breath. Nice inhale. And exhale. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. Beautiful. Inhale those arms up. We're going to slice through the sky, forward fold. Inhale brings us up, half lift. And exhale, we release it. It's going to take that sway left to right. Maybe bending through the knees here. And maybe coming to find just a little bit of stillness here. And slowly we're going to peel ourselves back up into that standing position. Go and take those arms up and overhead. And we'll exhale them to heart center. We're going to shift the weight over into our left foot. Go ahead and catch that right knee. Take a little bit of a twist with the ankle. And let's go the opposite direction. And point and flex. Beautiful. Hugging that knee into the chest. Hands can be on your hips, or you can take them up and overhead, or wherever you want them to be. We're going to step this foot forward, and we're coming into our high lunge. So go ahead and take those arms up and overhead. Gaze is forward here. If you want to take a little bend in that back knee, be my guest. Nice steady breaths here. And slowly bring the left hand down beside that right foot, right arm up. Nice twisty lunge. And we're going to come into our side plank. So taking that right foot back, stacking those feet. You could also lower that left knee down. One more round of breath. We'll slowly come around to our plank. Go ahead and take the gaze forward. Lower down the knees and then the chest and the chin. Roll through into our cobra. And we'll all meet downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal the feet out here. Nice and slow. We are in no hurry. Miss Kitty doesn't ever show up in the flow. In this flow, she wants my attention. One more round of breath here. Nice inhale. And exhale. Take those feet about hip width apart, and we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. Inhale brings us up, half lift. And on the exhale, we fold. Inhale, we'll peel all the way up. Go ahead and take those arms up and overhead. And we'll exhale them down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to shift the weight over into the right leg. Catch that left knee. And go ahead and take those ankle rolls one way. And then twisty it on the other way. And we'll point it and flex it. Point, flex. Beautiful. Release those hands to the waist, or you can have them up and overhead, wherever feels good for you. Just hugging this left knee into the chest. Go ahead and find the spot that you're going to step in front. Arms up, high lunge. Maybe taking a nice little bend in that back knee, or straightening it, whatever feels better for you, of course. And we inhale. And exhale. Right hand comes beside that left hand. Right hand comes beside that left foot, left hand up. Can't get my words together today, but that's okay. We are here. We are not giving up. One more round of breath. We're going to come into our side plank. So we're going to step this left foot back. If you need to bring that right knee down, please do that. Full round of breath. Beautiful. And slowly coming around. Coming into our plank. If you want to do knees, chest, chin, be my guest, or you can do chaturanga to up dog. We'll all meet downward facing dog. Next inhale takes that right leg up, three-legged dog. Roll it forward and step it in between the hands. We're going to pivot on that back foot. Windmill these arms open. Warrior two. Beautiful. Exalt the warrior. Left hand comes down. Right arm floats up. Keeping that bend through that right knee. Beautiful. We're going to straighten that right leg. Coming in for triangle. Maybe trying to grab the peace fingers around that big toe this time. Left arm reaches up. Feeling into that inner thigh. Go ahead and bring your gaze down. If you had a hold of that big toe, go ahead and release it. We're going to pop up warrior three prep. You could also take standing splits here if that feels better for you. One more round of breath. And we're slowly going to bring this left foot to meet the right. Coming up into our chair pose. Arms go up. Tuck the tailbone. Maybe coming up onto those toes here. Sinking that booty a little lower. And on the exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to plant the hands, step the feet back. Vinyasa of your choice. We're all going to meet downward dog. Beautiful. We'll stay here for 2 rounds of breath. Next inhale takes that left leg up, 3-legged dog. Roll it forward and step it in between the hands. Pivot on that back foot. Windmill these arms open to come into our warrior 2. The gaze is towards that left hand. And exalt that warrior. Right hand comes down, left arm floats up. Nice bend in that left knee. Beautiful. Coming around, Trikonasana or triangle pose, maybe trying to grab the peace fingers around that big toe. And our right arm comes up. Feeling into that inner left thigh. One more round of breath. Go ahead and bring that gaze down. Framing this foot. Warrior 3 prep. Sending that right leg up. Or you could take standing splits here, of course. One more round of breath. Slowly stepping this right foot to meet the left. Arms up, coming into chair. Nice low chair. And maybe coming up onto those toes here. Full round of breath. And this time we'll come to a standing position. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring that right knee into the chest. We're crossing it over, a little figure 4 here, sitting back, hands at prayer. Flexing that right foot. Slowly coming up, we're going to find tree pose now. So bringing that right foot into that left thigh. Hands at heart center. One more round of breath. Slowly we'll release that right foot down. Hugging that left knee in. And taking it into our figure 4 chair. Hands at heart center. Flexing through that left foot. 3 rounds of breath. Next inhale brings you up, coming into our tree pose. Hands at heart center. One more round of breath. Slowly release that left foot down. Palms come to the sides. Round of breath. Take the arms up. Slice through the sky, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we plant our hands and we step the feet back, plank. Take the gaze forward. Chaturanga. Push up into our upward facing dog. And on the exhale, we find our downward facing dog. We are slowly going to lower down onto our knees. You can keep those toes tucked or coming into our camel pose. If you don't want them tucked, choice is yours. Hands come to the small of the back, right above our booties. We're going to engage those glutes, engage the thighs, lift up through the chest, and then push the hips forward while allowing the upper body to lean back. Coming into our camel. Continuing to breathe here. If you feel like you can take those hands to the balls or the heels of the feet. Maybe allowing the head to drop back. Continuing to breathe. We'll be here for 3 rounds. And we'll slowly peel ourselves back up. Finding our kneeling position, hands on our thighs. And slowly lower in child's pose. Forehead kisses the mat. Arms reach back towards the feet. Countering that stretch to the back. One more round of breath here. And slowly peel up. We're going to shimmy our way onto that left booty. Right foot is going to come beside of that left thigh. Coming in for our twist here. We're going to bring this left arm around this right leg. Right arm up and overhead. Beautiful twisty pose. Breathing into the belly here. Nice full rounds of breath. We'll be here for 3 rounds. Slowly, we'll spin around, releasing the leg. So now this right leg is on the mat, and the left foot is coming beside of that right thigh. Right arm hugs that left knee, left arm up and overhead. Three rounds of breath. Beautiful. Slowly we unravel. We're going to come into a cobbler pose. So bringing those feet together. And let's just go ahead and butterfly those legs. Maybe giving the feet a nice little massage while we do that. Offering up a little bit of gratitude to our bodies for allowing us to move in such a way that feels good. And when it feels good, you can fold forward slightly here, maybe using the feet to help pull you forward. Trying not to round through the spine, trying to keep the gaze forward so that the spine stays nice and long. You could find stillness. You could also find some pulses here if that feels better. And slowly, we'll just come in. We'll all meet in a nice, comfortable seat. If you want to take Shavasana, be my guest. But since it is early morning, I'm not going to put us into a Shavasana. We can go ahead and bring our hands to heart center, though. I do, of course, have our quote for the day. It comes from Alexander Heiser. He says, when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment which it grows in, not the flower itself. So today's challenge is to not to focus on the things that are wrong with you. What are the things in your environment keeping you from blooming, to your highest potential. Let them go. Let's all take a releasing breath. So let's all inhale. We're going to sigh it out to let it go. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you back on the mat.